Unit 4. May I help you? Harry's Sportswear is having a big sale, and Tom Sterling stops in to take a look. Listen to the conversations.
May I help you?
No, thank you. I'm just looking. How late are you open?
Until 6:30. Do you need a pair of slacks? We have some nice ones on sale.
Do you have any in navy blue?
What size do you wear?
32.
Yes, we have some. How were the slacks?
Well, the waist was a little tight, and the legs weren't long enough. They were just too small. Could I try a larger size?
Certainly. What do you think of those?
Well, I don't know.
How do they feel?
They seem a little big.
I don't think so. That's the style this year. Here, this sweater goes with them. Try it on. You know, that sweater's a great buy.
How much does it cost?
It's only $25.99. Does it fit?
It really feels tight.
Are you sure? It looks good on you.
Well, it's a small and I wear a medium.
I don't have a medium. But are you going to take the slacks?
No, they're too big.
Well, look. These are on sale, too. How about a pair of these?
Now, listen to the conversations again and repeat each line.
May I help you?
No, thank you. I'm just looking. How late are you open?
Until 6:30. Do you need a pair of slacks? We have some nice ones on sale.
Do you have any in navy blue?
What size do you wear?
32.
Yes, we have some. How were the slacks?
Well, the waist was a little tight. And the legs weren't long enough. They were just too small. Could I try a larger size?
Certainly. What do you think of those?
Well, I don't know.
How do they feel?
They seem a little big.
I don't think so. That's the style this year. Here, this sweater goes with them. Try it on. You know, that sweater's a great buy.
How much does it cost?
It's only $25.99. Does it fit?
It really feels tight.
Are you sure? It looks good on you.
Well, it's a small and I wear a medium.
I don't have a medium. But are you going to take the slacks?
No, they're too big.
Well, look. These are on sale, too. How about a pair of these?
May I help you? This is the topic of our lesson today. In our lesson today, we speak about Harry's Sportswear, a clothing store and a customer called Tom Sterling who steps in to take a look and to see what he can buy in this store. So the background of our lesson today is about Tom Sterling, as I said, who's walking by Harry's Sportswear, a clothing store, when he notices a poster in the windows announcing a big sale. He decides to stop in and take a look at the items on sale. Clothing can be purchased in a small shop or in a section of a large department store. Prices are fixed and can range from inexpensive at discount stores to very expensive at small specialty shops. Discount stores are able to sell items at lower prices by buying in quantity and having fewer salespeople and less fashionable settings. The language in our lesson contains the expressions such as on sale, a great buy, that's the style, it's a small, try it on, does it fit, and how wear this lacks, or something like this. So when something is on sale, the price is lower than usual, lower than normal price. When we say something is a great buy, it means it's very cheap, cheaper than normal, yeah? And that's the style this year, which means that's the fashion popular among people now, at present, at this time. Then let's see another expression, try it on. Try it on means to put on something to see if it fits or suits you, right? So does it fit means is it the right size for you? So these were some expressions we have in our lesson. Now, as usual, and as it is customary for us, we listen to the conversations one more time and then we repeat after the speakers, yeah, in order to have a better understanding and to reinforce our practice in general and to get a better result ultimately.
Unit 4. May I help you? Harry's Sportswear is having a big sale and Tom Sterling stops in to take a look. Listen to the conversations.
May I help you?
No, thank you. I'm just looking. How late are you open?
Until 6:30. Do you need a pair of slacks? We have some nice ones on sale.
Do you have any in navy blue?
What size do you wear?
32.
Yes, we have some. How were the slacks?
Well, the waist was a little tight, and the legs weren't long enough. They were just too small. Could I try a larger size?
Certainly. What do you think of those?
Well, I don't know.
How do they feel?
They seem a little big.
I don't think so. That's the style this year. Here, this sweater goes with them. Try it on. You know, that sweater is a great buy.
How much does it cost?
It's only $25.99. Does it fit?
It really feels tight.
Are you sure? It looks good on you.
Well, it's a small and I wear a medium.
I don't have a medium. But are you going to take the slacks?
No, they're too big.
Well, look. These are on sale, too. How about a pair of these?
Now, listen to the conversations again and repeat each line.
May I help you?
No, thank you. I'm just looking. How late are you open?
until 6:30. Do you need a pair of slacks? We have some nice ones on sale.
Do you have any in navy blue?
What size do you wear?
32.
Yes, we have some. How were the slacks?
Well, the waist was a little tight. And the legs weren't long enough. They were just too small. Could I try a larger size?
Certainly. What do you think of those?
Well, I don't know.
How do they feel?
They seem a little big.
I don't think so. That's the style this year. Here, this sweater goes with them. Try it on. You know, that sweater's a great buy.
How much does it cost?
It's only $25.99. Does it fit?
It really feels tight.
Are you sure? It looks good on you.
Well, it's a small and I wear a medium.
I don't have a medium. But are you going to take the slacks?
No, they're too big.
Well, look, these are on sale too. How about a pair of these?
All right, now the figure it out section. Say right, wrong, or I don't know. Number 1, Tom tries on 2 pairs of slacks. The answer is right. How do we know it is right? One proof is in part C. The sales clerk says, how were the slacks? And he says, the waist was a little tight. So this is one pair of slacks. The other one is in part D. Then he tries on another one, another pair, and he says they seem a little big. So he tries on 2 pairs of slacks. Number 2, Tom wears a size 36. What do you think? The answer is wrong, because in part B, the sales clerk says, what size do you wear? He says 32. Number 3, the slacks cost $20. What do you think? The answer is I don't know. Yeah. Number 4, the sweater wasn't the right size. What do you think now? The answer is right. It wasn't the right size, because in part E he says it's small and I wear a medium. So it wasn't the right size. Number 5, the store closes at 6:30. What is your opinion? That's right, because in part A, Tom says, how late are you open? The sales clerk says, until 6:30. Number 6, Tom buys some slacks and a sweater. What is your idea? The answer is wrong. Yeah? Because we already said that the sweater was small, and in part E, the sales clerk asks, "Are you going to take the slacks?" And Tom says, "No, they're too big." So the answer is wrong. Exercise 2 match. Number 1 example. May I help you? Part B is the right answer. No, thank you, I'm just looking. Number 2. How were the slacks? What is the right answer? Part D. They were too small, right. Number 3. Does the sweater fit? What do you think? Part A. It really feels tight. Number 4. Could I try a larger size? What is the correct answer? Part E, certainly. Number 5. What size do you wear? Part C is correct. A 32. That's right. Good work. Exercise 3. Match. So we should match the items on the left side to the names on the right side. So number 1, as an example, is part B, gray slacks. Number 2, let's see. What is the correct name for it? Part D, a maroon scarf. Okay. Number 3, a navy blue jacket. Okay. Number 4, what can we say? Part F, tan gloves. Number 5, part C, a pink tie. Number 6, part E, a light blue sweater. Our comprehension dialogue is called It's Up to You. Olga Mendez, who is Bobby's mother and the building manager, is showing an apartment to Tom Anderson. Tom Anderson is a pilot who is moving in. Now let's see about some new words and expressions that we have here. One of them is "it's up to you," means you must make the final decision. Another expression is "you shouldn't take any chances," which means you should be cautious, careful. In other words, means you shouldn't take a risk. We also have these expressions such as "here it is," "available," "faces south," "are the gas and electricity included in the rent?" "have you shown it to anyone else?" "looked at it?" "haven't signed a lease yet." These are the new words we have here.
Unit 4. It's up to you. Olga Mendez is the manager of the building where Eva lives with her mother. She's Bobby's mother. She's showing an apartment to Tom Anderson. Tom just moved to Los Angeles. 1. Comprehension Dialog. Listen to the conversation.
Well, here it is.
It's nice, but it seems a little small. Do you have anything bigger?
No, this is the only apartment available right now.
I really have to find an apartment. I'm staying in a hotel now.
This is a lot bigger than most one-bedroom apartments. The kitchen's big, there's a dining room, and there are 5 closets.
That's true.
Well, it's up to you. The living room faces south. Look at all that sun.
Are the gas and electricity included in the rent?
No, you have to pay that yourself.
How late can I call you? I'd like to think about it a little.
I'll be in my office until 6.
Have you showed it to anyone else?
A young couple looked at it this morning. They seemed very interested, but they haven't signed a lease yet.
Really? Maybe I shouldn't take any chances. I think I'll take it.
Okay. I'll need some references, though. What kind of work do you do?
I'm a pilot with United American Airlines.
Uh-huh. Well, why don't you come to my office and fill out the forms?
Okay.
Our comprehension check now. Say right, wrong, or I don't know. 1. Tom Anderson is looking for a small one-bedroom apartment. The answer is wrong, but what is the support for this answer? Why is it wrong? The reason is, Tom says, but it seems a little small. Do you have anything bigger? Number 2. Tom is staying with his family now. What do you think? The answer is wrong because he says he is staying in a hotel now. Number 3. He thinks the apartment is too small. What do you think? The answer is right, but why? Why is it right? Because, as we mentioned earlier, in the beginning he says, it seems a little small. Right. Number 4. The rent is $600 a month. What is your idea? Yeah, I don't know. The answer is, I don't know. Number 5. Some other people looked at the apartment today. What is your answer? Right. Because Olga says a young couple looked at it this morning. Number 6. Tom is going to take the apartment. What is the answer? Right, because he says, I think I'll take it.
3. Listen in. Olga Mendez introduces Tom Anderson to Emma Kovacs. Read the questions below. Then listen to the conversation and answer the questions.
Hello, Mrs. Mendez. How are you?
Fine, Dr. Kovacs. I'd like you to meet Mr. Anderson. He's taking apartment 205 downstairs from you.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Kovacs.
Nice to meet you. Are you new in Los Angeles?
Yes, I just moved here from Chicago.
Now, answer these questions. 1. What's Tom's apartment number? 2. Where did Tom live before? 3. Do Tom and Emma live on the same floor?
All right. Number 1. What's Tom's apartment number? What is that? 205. Right. Number 2. Where did Tom live before? In Chicago. That's right. Number 3. Do Tom and Emma live on the same floor? No, they don't. Because he lives downstairs from her.
4. Say it right. Say these words. Then practice the conversation. First, listen to and repeat each word. Think. These. They. there. Now listen to the conversation.
What do you think of these chairs?
They seem a little small.
They're on sale.
No, they're really too small.
Now listen to the conversation again and repeat each line.
What do you think of these chairs?
They seem a little small.
They're on sale.
No, they're really too small.
Alright, as usual, your turn, the very practical exercise we have. Tom's at a furniture store. He's looking for a new table and a set of chairs for his apartment. Act out the conversation. So first of all, we have blank. We have nothing. But in the second line, Tom says, yes, I'm looking for a table and some chairs. So we must take a guess, right? How can we guess the first line? By looking at the answer. Of course, a salesperson in the first line says, may I help you? And Tom says, yes, I'm looking for a table and some chairs. Then we have nothing, we have a blank. The next line says, I don't know, it seems a little big. How much is it? What do we understand from this? We understand that the salesperson is showing something to him, and he, Tom, is expressing his opinion accordingly. So the salesperson must have said, here's a nice table, and Tom says, I don't know, it seems a little big. How much is it? Then we have a blank. Then after that, it's a great buy. So the salesperson must have said the price. Yeah, $600. It's a great buy. And Tom says something, asks a question. And if we look at the answer, we can understand the question. The answer is until 9 o'clock. So the question is about the time, right? Working hours. Tom says, how late are you open? The salesperson says, until 9 o'clock. Tom says, okay, I want to think about this. I'll come back later. And the salesperson says, okay, fine. That's it. Our first grammar point is about past tense of be information questions, affirmative and negative statements. We know that the past forms of be are just two, was and were. Was for singular, were for plural, right? So, and we already learned that information questions are made using question words, WH questions. Here we have where, how, right? Where is about place, and how is about the quality or the way something is done or something is felt, right? We have some examples. Where were you on Friday? The answer, I was at home. Where were they on Friday? They were at home. Then, where was he on Friday? He was or he wasn't at home. Where was she on Friday? She was or she wasn't at home, right? So, information questions with where and affirmative or negative short answers as we gave. Then another one. How was the sweater? It was fine, or it wasn't the right size. So now we have yes/no questions and short answers with the past forms of be. Were you sick? Yes, I was, or no, I wasn't. Were they sick? Yes, they were, or no, they weren't. Was he sick? Yes, he was, or no, he wasn't. Was she sick? Yes, she was, or no, she wasn't. So these are yes/no questions, yeah, because we answer them with yes or no, right? So now we have exercise 1, which says complete the conversations. So let's try our comprehension and answer it. The next point we have is about sense verbs, such as look, seem, feel, and sound. First, let's look at the examples that we have. The dress looks small. The dress seems fine. The dress feels tight. That sounds good. As you can see, all of these verbs are followed by adjectives instead of adverbs like the other verbs, right? So, as you can see, small, fine, tight, and good are all adjectives. And the verbs look, seem, feel, and sound are sense verbs, which means they are related to our senses. When we use the verb look, it talks about vision, yeah, about the appearance of something. When we look at something, yeah, we use look, and then we express our opinions. When it says the dress looks small, it means the person is seeing it, is looking at it, and understands it is small. The dress seems fine. So seem is used in general, so it can also be related to seeing something, yeah, our vision. The dress feels tight. Feel is about the sense of touch. You know, when you put on a dress, a shirt, or something else, you feel it. So we use the verb feel. It's about touch, the sense of touching. Then we have sound. That sounds good. It's about hearing something. When someone talks about something, or when we listen to some music, whatever, which involves listening and hearing. So, as a short review, we can say the difference between sense verbs and other verbs is that these are all related to our senses directly, and after these verbs, instead of adverbs, we use adjectives. That's all we can say about these sense verbs. We have another example at the bottom. It says the dress looks small, or the dress is small. Here we have two different verbs, a sense verb and a linking verb, the verb be, is. So we understand after is and after different forms of the verb be, we can also use adjectives. This is the point. So let's look at the exercise. Exercise 2. Complete the conversations. There may be several answers. We have an example. Number 1. What do you think of this shirt? It looks small. Then how does it feel? You can, look at the picture. You can say it feels tight, because it's the feeling that the person gets. Alright, let's answer the rest, okay? Now another point we have is the difference between too and not enough. It says too versus not enough. The example: the apartment is too small, the bedroom isn't big enough. When we use to, we want to show that something exists more than is needed, yeah, or more than what it should be, right? It says too small, yeah. So more than enough, more than what is necessary. Or for example, you want to drink some coffee, you say the coffee is too hot. Of course, in order to drink coffee, heat is necessary. The coffee should be a little warm, a little hot and warm, but when we say it is too hot, means the amount of heat is more than what is necessary, right? So to shows the existence of something more than is needed, more than what is needed. But the opposite of that, not enough, it shows the existence of something less than the amount is needed, right? For example, imagine you want to travel. You want to travel to another city in your country and you want to drive. You want to travel in your car and 7 people would like to join you, to come with you, right, in your car. But your car can take 4 people or 5 people at most. So what do you tell them? You said, I'm sorry, but my car is not big enough to hold 7 people inside, right? So this is how we use not plus adjective plus enough. I guess it should be clear, right? Exercise 3 says Amy is looking for an apartment. She visits one but doesn't like the apartment or the neighborhood. Tell why not. Use the adjectives below, right? We have apartment, big, expensive, dirty. Neighborhood, safe, noisy. Example. The apartment isn't big enough, right? This is an example. Let's see how we can answer the rest. Like, the neighborhood is too dirty, for example. Something like this. Now let's see about the rest of the exercises all together in this grammar section. Good work. Our reading comprehension text.
Lesson 24. Please have a seat. Here is an article about the history of the chair. Listen as you read the article. The chair is a relatively new item in the home. Up until the 17th century, it was used by royalty and the very rich as a status symbol, but few other people could afford much more than a wood stool or bench. Some people sat on cushions or just on the floor. Although chairs probably developed simultaneously in the East and the West, the Western version has an interesting family tree. The Egyptians, who built the first fine furniture 5,000 years ago, used chairs for 2 purposes. First, the king and other people in the royal household sat on thrones during public ceremonies and when they received visitors. Second, the wealthy used chairs for practical comfort in their homes. Many examples of ancient Egyptian chairs, from stools to a magnificent throne, were found in King Tut's tomb, 1352 BC. Ancient Greek and Roman chairs, about 1100 BC to 400 AD, developed from Egyptian styles. The most famous chair from this period was a Greek chair called a klysmos, a simple but comfortable chair used in the home. Modern furniture designers still use the klysmos style for dining room chairs. Roman chairs of the time were heavier and more elaborate than the Greek ones, and were often made with precious materials such as gold, silver, or ivory. In the Middle Ages, 400 AD to 1300 AD, Europeans lost the art of making fine furniture. Only the richest people had more than 1 or 2 chairs in their homes. These chairs were often on a raised platform at one end of the room. Other people in the room sat below on stools or benches. The greatest change in the use of the chair occurred in the 17th century. The new European middle class wanted comfortable furniture with cloth and cushions, and chairs became common in every home, not just the homes of the nobility. The greatest change in chair design occurred in our own century. With the use of plastics and metal, 20th century designers changed the shape of chairs radically for the first time since the ancient Egyptians.
Our comprehension check now. Number 1, match to make sentences. To make a complete sentence. Exercise 2, in a group, discuss this question. Why do you think the leader of a business meeting is called the chairperson or the chair? It is mentioned in the text, if you remember it. So think about it. Another reading comprehension text in another form, on your own. Here's an article from Contemporary Home magazine. So this is a real, genuine article chosen from a real, genuine magazine. Modern Living by Gary Hunt. Here are some facts about homes in the United States and the people who live in them. In 1980, there were almost 87 million homes or households in the U.S. Of these, there were almost 54 million single-family houses. About 60% of the people in the U.S. own their own single-family house. The rest rent their homes. The rented homes are usually apartments. 74% of the people in the U.S. make their homes in or around cities. 26% live in the country. Dogs live in 40% of all homes in the U.S. Only 12% of American homes have cats. Over 17% of all rental apartments in the U.S. are in poor condition. On the average, 2.75 people lived in a home in the U.S. in 1980. In 1960, the average was 3.33. Half the teenagers in the U.S. have their own bedrooms. An American moves on the average 13 times in his or her life. In Japan, a person moves 5 times, and in England, a person moves 8 times. So this was our text. Now it's time to check our exercise and see how we answer it to make sure that we understood everything. Now let's see. Read the article and then say right or wrong. 1. Not everybody in the U.S. owns his or her own home. The answer is right. How do we know it is right? How can we find the proof or the support in the article? We can find it in the second paragraph. It says about 66% of the people in the U.S. own their own single-family house. The rest rent their homes. This is the proof. Number 2. A home is not always a house. What do you think? The answer is right. Yeah? Because according to the text, the rented homes are usually apartments. So homes are not only houses, right? They can be apartments too. Number 3. More people live in or around cities than in the country. What is your opinion? Yeah, the answer is right, yeah, because the third paragraph says 74% of the people in the US make their homes in or around cities. Number 4. Many people in the US like dogs. What do you think? Any opinion? That's right, because the fourth paragraph says dogs live in 40% of all homes in the US. Only 12% of American homes have cats. So, that's right. Number 5. Over 20% of all rental apartments in the US are not in good condition. What is your answer? It is wrong because the text says over 17% of all rental apartments in the US are in poor condition. Yeah, number 6. On the average, more people lived in a home in the United States in 1980 than in 1960. What's your opinion? The answer is wrong. Why? Because the text says on the average 2.75 people lived in a home in the US in 1980. In 1960, the average was 3.33. So it is wrong. Number 7. Half the teenagers in the US do not have their own bedrooms. What is your opinion? The answer is right because the text says exactly the same thing. Yeah, about half the teenagers. Number 8. Americans move more than the English, and the English move more than the Japanese. What do you think? The answer is right because it says an American moves on the average 13 times. Yeah, and in Japan a person moves 5 times, and in England a person moves 8 times. So that's correct. The answer is right.
Unit 4. Exercise 1. Listen to the conversations. Then write, "That's right," "That's wrong," or "I don't know" after each statement. Some customers are trying on clothes at Smith's department store. 1.
How are the slacks? Do they fit?
Yes, they're just right.
2.
Is that shirt the right size?
It's a little too tight.
Let me get you a 16.
Thank you.
3.
Do you like the navy blue one or the light blue one?
The navy blue one, I think.
4.
Try these gloves. They're your size and they're a good color.
You're right. I'm going to take them.
5.
How late are you open?
We're open every day from 9 in the morning until 9 at night.
6.
What do you think of those brown slacks? They look good on you.
Really? I like the blue ones better.
But the blue ones aren't on sale.
7.
Are those gloves all right?
No, they aren't big enough.
Eight.
How are the skirt and jacket?
The skirt was too tight, but the jacket is fine. I'll take it.
Exercise 2. Match the picture with the conversation you hear. Choose A or B. 1.
How late are you open?
Until 5:30.
2.
How are the slacks?
Well, the waist was okay, but the legs were too short.
3.
Look, these are on sale.
But they look terrible.
4.
May I help you?
Yes, can I try on the skirt?
Exercise 7. Listen to the conversations. Then answer the questions using short answers. 1.
How are the slacks? Did they fit?
Yes, they were just right.
2.
This sweater seems too small. What do you think?
It seems a little small to me, too.
3.
I need a couple of shirts for the office.
What size?
15.
4.
May I help you?
No, thank you. I'm just looking.
5.
Are the slacks all right?
Well, the legs are too short and the waist is too small.
Do you want to try a larger size?
Please.
6.
Do you like the sweater?
It feels good. It's the right size, and I like the color, too. I'll take it.
8. Exercise 8. Listen to the conversations. Which form of B do you hear? Write is, are, was, or were when you hear them. Bob Parker is a shoe salesman. It's very busy today in the shoe department. 1.
Can I help you? Yes, I was in here this morning, but I didn't have enough money with me. I'd like to buy these now.
2.
Could I try a larger size?
This is a 7. You probably need an 8.
3.
When was your sale? Last week.
4.
Did you like the maroon shoes or the navy blue shoes better?
The maroon ones were nicer.
5.
How much do these cost? This pair is $32.
6.
How did you like the boots?
Oh, they were too old-fashioned.
7.
How late are you open?
Until 5:30.
8.
These shoes are much better. The others were too tight.
Choose A or B, then write the conversation. 1. May I help you? 2 answers. Part A. Yes, I'm just looking. B. No thanks, I'm just looking. Of course, B is correct because part A is contradictory. When we say I'm just looking, then we cannot say yes. We can't say yes, I need help, because we're just looking. That's all. Number 2. What size do you wear? 2 answers. A. I need a medium. Part B. I need some slacks. What is correct? Which one? A is correct because the question is about size. Yeah? Part B is not about size. So A is correct. Number 3. I think this sweater is too big. What do you think? 2 answers. Part A, you're right. Part B, I'm just looking. Which one is correct? You're right. Yeah, part A. I'm just looking is quite meaningless here and doesn't make sense. Number 4. How late is the store open? 2 answers. Part A. Every day but Sunday. Part B. Until 6 o'clock. Of course, part B is correct because the question is about how late, yeah? The hours, yeah? Not about the days of the week. So, part A is not relevant here, doesn't make sense here. B is correct. Number 5. How are the slacks? 2 answers. A. The waist is too tight. B. The sweater is too big. Of course, part A is correct because part B is meaningless. It's about sweater. The question is about slacks, but part B is about sweater. So A is correct. The waist is too tight. Number 6. This size 12 jacket seems a little big. 2 answers. A. Why don't you try a 14? B. Why don't you try a smaller size? Which one is correct, do you think? Part B. Why don't you try a smaller size? Complete the conversation with the appropriate sentences. J. Dobson and his wife, Carol, are at a men's clothing store. Jay needs to buy a new raincoat. Salesman and Jay talk to each other. The salesman says, "May I help you?" Jay, "Yes, I'm looking for a warm raincoat." So what do you think we should say in the next line? The answer is usually a medium. Based on this answer, the question must be, what size do you wear? Right. What size do you wear? Usually a medium. The salesman, "Here, try this one." Jay, "It feels a little tight. What do you think?" Carol, I think it seems tight too." Jay, "Could I try a larger size?" Salesman, "Let me see. Oh, here's a large." Jay, "This is much better, but I'm not sure about the color. Do you have it in blue?" Salesman, "No, I'm sorry. We just have it in gray or tan." Carol, "How much does it cost?" Salesman, $65. It's on sale." Jay, "It's a very good buy." Carol, "I agree. I think you should get it." Look at the pictures. Then complete the conversations with the appropriate question or answer. 1. What do you think of the chair? It's not very comfortable. Number 2. If you have a blank, a question in fact, the answer is, it's too expensive. What is the question, you think? What do you think of the desk? It's too expensive, because we can see a price on it in picture number 2, right? So $1,200. Number 3, which is about picture number 3. Should we get this table? Yes, there is a blank. What should we say? When we look at the picture, it says sale and $75. What is the answer, do you think? Yeah, the answer is yes, it's a bargain because it's cheap. Number 4. We look at the answer first. They're a little too old-fashioned. This is the answer. What should the question be, do you think? The question is, what do you think of the chairs? The answer is, they're a little old-fashioned. Number 5. It's a little small. There is a blank. The answer is, no, we only have one size. Based on the answer, what is the question, do you think? The question therefore must be, do you have a larger size? The answer, no, we only have one size. Number 6. How does the sofa feel? When we look at the picture, we can see the man is smiling and he feels comfortable, right? So the answer is, it's very comfortable, or we can say, it's just right. Read the department store advertisement, then write a question or answer in each blank. So first we look at the right side, the advertisement. We read all the content of the advertisement and then answer the questions. So number 1, example. Where is Regulus? At Copley Square in Boston. Yeah. So number 2. How much were the sports shirts before the sale? $38 is the answer. Number 3. What colors do the sweaters come in? What do you think? So we should say tan, green, maroon, or navy blue. Number 4. We don't have a question. We have an answer. From November 20th to November 30th. What is the question, do you think? When is Regulus Thanksgiving Day sale? Right. Number 5. How late is Regulus open? Until 6 o'clock. Number 6. No question, there is an answer. They're $24.90. So the question must be, how much do the sports shirts cost? Number 7. Is Regulus open on weekends? What do you think? Yes, it is. All right. Act out the conversation. Take the part of student A or student B. So it's a practical activity, a practical task, and you should do it in pairs. It's a pair practice. Alright? You can do it on your own. Complete the conversations with was, wasn't, were, or weren't. 1. Jan has just gotten back from a trip. How was your trip to Chicago? Well, the weather wasn't very nice. That's too bad, but I bet your parents were happy to see you. Yes, they really were. How are your brother and his wife? Oh, I didn't see them. They weren't in Chicago. They went to Texas for a few weeks. 2. Mrs. Carlton wants to know why some of her students were absent yesterday. Mrs. Carlton: Mary, where were you yesterday? Mary: I was sick. I think I had the flu. Jeff: I saw Tom's brother. He said Tom was very sick. Mrs. Carlton: I see. And Jack, where were you? Jack: I wasn't absent, Mrs. Carlton. I was right here in class. Complete the conversation using the correct form of seem, sound, look, or feel. Today is the opening of photography exhibit. Ted and Anna are in charge of the exhibit. Ted: Well, what do you think? Anna: I think it looks great. Ted: Should I turn up the heat? Anna: I don't think so. It doesn't feel cold to me. Ted: Is the radio too loud? Anna: I think it sounds just right. Say, how do I look? Ted: You look fine. What about me? Anna: You look fine. But you seem a little nervous. Try to relax. Uh-oh. That sounds like the doorbell. Our first guests are here. Read these advertisements from a mail order catalog. Then order a pair of pants and a sweater. Fill out the mail order form using personal information. So on this form you can write your personal information. Everyone must write their own personal info. So it's different from case to case, from person to person, of course. Now the practical activity. A month later you receive your order, but the pants are the wrong color and the sweater is the wrong size. Write a letter explaining why you are returning the items. So on the right side, on the line, you write the date, of course, any date which applies to you. Then on the left side there is the address. You write Warner's Department Store, 1080W 36th Street, Chicago, Illinois 60608, and then the writing. I wrote an example, for you. Dear Sir or Madam, I'm returning a pair of pants and a sweater with my order form. The pants are the wrong color and the sweater is too big. Please send me a pair of brown pants and a medium sweater. Thank you. Sincerely, then your name. You write your name. Alright? So guys, don't forget, this is very important. Writing practice is very important because every day in our daily lives we need to write one way or another. Emails, letters, essays, articles, whatever. Alright? Okay, good work. See you next time. Goodbye.